It's certainly peaking for me. As Kudos start to get aggressive, Flashpoint tossed down into the side jet, getting that tailwind up close, the updraft as well, and throwing in the cloudburst. And then meanwhile, Fletcher does actually take down the first frag onto daps. eeiu's also been dispatched post-haste. And now xCeeD, a bit labored, but finally gets the headshot onto his opposite Cypher of Teddy, keeping the dream alive, but they do trail by a player.
Yeah, again, curious to see xCeeD on the Cypher. The only games I had seen him play, he had played Arena, which is in like one of the qualifiers.
One enemy remaining.
Sorry, my feed kind of froze there for a second, so I didn't quite get to see the end of that. Falling in line with Breach, they have Jett as their solo duelist, as they are trying to come into B now. Smoke up, flashes, effective. Som trying to play up top, trying to bide his time. eeiu, great little shock dart there, does get one frag. And again, they're not controlling any of the links though, Vince, so they're all kind of funneled to hold off this retake.
Oh, that side swipe though from xCeeD, and KOLER could not have been better, in the spray transfer living up to it as well. He's a player that a lot of people will have their eye on in this tournament. In come NRG. They still have two curveballs at their disposal as the fault line comes out, but KOLER's already passed it, gets flashed. Fault line did catch on the players just behind him, but NRG so far it's been a flawless retake. Now things are getting a little bit more dicey. Punched in hell. He's gone down, and now Sova, zebroe tries to flick across. If he'd landed that second shot, from eeiu's perspective, he has no recon bolts, no shock bolts either, no drone, and zebroe holding the line from the backside, putting more pressure on NRG. Cheeky attempt from Som. The updrift alongside the Blade Storm, but he's still now the last man standing. The rest of his teammates have all been pummeled in the space of a second. 3 fall, and now just cloudbursting to try and survive. Gets the first onto Hira, who has the audacity to push through the smoke. They have xCeeD that's moving in towards Garage, but they've all been smoked off.
Yeah, they've been just outmaneuvered time and time again. The spike will get planted. It will be a full 5-on-5 retake. Teddy even on the flank through B site. They have no idea. Som may have gotten a frag short, but he lines up 2. That's going to be now a 3-on-3 in play.
KOLER coming in from long. Owl drone spotted, but Teddy gets his third. KOLER still been unchecked, unspotted, but now he springs into action, and there's the Vandal spray down. It's a 2v1. The spike's still yet to get planted in eeiu from the side.
Usually Kudos is either not there, they're able to fall back off. Now this time NRG actually have that 5-on-4. They actually got that big operator pick they've been lacking from Som throughout most of this half. And xCeeD will add to it. A flank comes in from KOLER. This is fantastic from NRG. KOLER with 3.
In these positions where Kudos are busy elsewhere and then coming round the back to get double and triple sprays. If he's not careful, though, the rest of his teammates will be dispatched if he doesn't spring into action soon. And now he shows his hand. The spray transfer could not have been better.
And cover some of those more supportive roles, and he gets to be a star coming into this Phoenix. And he's had a hell of a game. And speaking of a hell of a game, eeiu has had so many opening pick moments. Like, he had the Hunter's Fury pick last round. This round, he gets the Odin. I mean, he is definitely making his presence known.
That's just an outrageous Odin spray through the top. It's like straight into the face. And now they're walking into the Blade Storm. And they will not live to tell the tale, because there's curveballs around the corner. Around every single corner, every surface, are NRG laid in wait, looking to really pay some revenge for those previous few rounds where it got a little bit sweaty.
Either bang him out or find himself in a lot of trouble, as they are certainly going to test this area.
Oh, Fletcher gets both. Finally traded out from Som. But he's done his work. He can now sit on the sidelines and wait for the rest of his team to hopefully bring it home for him. daps taking flashes, but still pushing forward, persevering. Hira takes him out of the occasion and then goes in for another. Falls down to Som, but Teddy chips in. They have plenty of utility alongside Jonah's Breach. He tosses in the first. Flashpoint just behind it. Now they're coming in. Need to move in together as a united force, otherwise they will fall, and NRG are getting the better of these trades. It's only Hira that's picked up one, a perfect curveball. Updraft was used in the process, though. But that'll come back later on to haunt is yet to be seen. Teddy with 2 quick fire headshots.
B site if they feel like that might be the intended target. Hira's taking peeks down long C, again, able to keep that information, so it's a 2-on-2 battle on the A side.
20 seconds allocated for this battle. Double flashes. Make it 3. All the flash points tossed in. Retina's burnt out the skulls, and zebroe gets both. Cypher Cage has been deployed. There was a chance, and Hira's made the most of it. Som gets picked off. It's jet-on-jet action, and Kudos come out ahead. Outspring NRG, but Jonah with a triple spray on his Phantom. Perfect crosshair placement. Pixel perfect in the end. Leaving a 1-on-5, and it's KOLER with a Spectre by his side, and Teddy goes in again. Smoke doesn't quite land, but the paranoia does. His spray is not on point to deliver. He gets traded back straight away from daps, and with 12 seconds to go, it's looking like the spike might get planted, or perhaps not. That's a perfect flash through, and Teddy makes the most of it. But now eeiu comes back in before the Jonah just closes the door in NRG's face.
And they have a big man advantage as far as where they're going to be positioned on the map right in this moment.
Recon dart is good. zebroe goes 1-for-1. Aftershock pummeled in. Will deny the bomb plant a few more seconds and is slowing them down, is stalling them, but NRG will not be contained.
Smoke will go onto heaven. From the shadows implemented.
Oh, Hira through the cloud burst.
30 seconds
now Hunter's Fury, not quite living up to its name. Not much ferocity behind that, but it's forced away some of the players into the choke points. It's opened up a bit of space for NRG to plant the spike, but they've lost KOLER in amongst all of the chaos. Now the fault line put into position, stalling a little bit longer. Paranoia could not have been better placed, and daps will jump on top of that with 2 more kills. You're right, he's absolutely woken up from his slumber. And now zebroe's position is compromised, and he may not live to tell the tale. Desperately trying to dart back and forth from heaven. And he may be sent there momentarily, only 17 HP remaining, but still holds on against eeiu, and he realizes, I just have to save.
And so now NRG are going to be at map point, though they are on the back foot this particular round.
And again, they go for raw aggression. Neural theft comes into play. For a few moments, they know exactly where NRG are residing, and if they didn't already know, now they've been spotted on their approach to the C site. Planter has been killed. zebroe with a shot dart, banking it off the wall and putting it into good place, but now KOLER taking the initiative, getting up close, getting personal, and putting us down to a 2-on-2. Flashpoint connects through, but it's all about Hira. It's all about his position. He is the surprise attack falling down to KOLER. Can he hold the line? Can he clutch this round for his team and put the one map to the good? Or does Jonah come out ahead? It's KOLER all day. 13-10. Talking about?
I don't know, Vince. I was letting you figure it out on your own. You know, I
got there eventually, mate.
Yeah, I was letting yourself throw yourself under the bus, and I wasn't helping lift it off of you, man. But Teddy, meanwhile, lifting NRG off the server right now with the classic inside U-Haul. Good for the hat trick already. Will he add more to it? Hira not, allowing him to get the immediate quad, but still might be hunting after it at the end of the day, as xCeeD is really just trying to skedaddle his way out of there. As this round will definitely be going the way of Kudos, unless xCeeD does something exceedingly impressive. I don't see it happening.
It would have to be above and beyond.
Yeah.
Any of our expectations. Flicking in for the first. Runs out of bullets, runs out of health. So yeah. The spike needs to go down. It hasn't gone into activity just yet, and they decide to bypass with the cloudburst, try and push through, and zebroe looks for information with his sheriff, but he's punished, and now A site is ripe for the taking. What a strange turn of events.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was by design or if that was just kind of a reaction to the fact that they got that trade out on the enemy Cypher inside elbow and were able to get into back halls, but couldn't really get the pick from site. They had a player in hookah. It was their own Cypher who was unable to find a pick onto the site, and because the bulk of their forces were already back halls, they're like, well, I guess we'll just go through spawn to A. And it's worked out for them, to be fair. Oh, never mind. There is indeed the Cypher there. It's going to be Teddy playing in the corner, but he's been dealt with.
Jonah, impressive breach performance in the previous map, now switching to Raze. Head removed as he is scourged across. Now they can hear the spike being planted with 8 seconds to go. Successfully gets put into position. Hira, the Overwatch AWP. Fletcher's Phantom is the next to come into play, though, and start to deal with some of the NRG players. He goes in for another one alongside zebroe, and now Hira getting up close, switching across to the assault rifle, sprays through the smoke and gets the upper hand. But in amongst all of this, the recon darts put into play, looks to fake the spike and gets punished.
This is going to be a tough ask of NRG, but they're trying to make it happen. As a good use of xCeeD's neural threat to at least give them some information to work with on this retake that's coming at them from Kudos. Jonah, though, big kill on the Sam in the U-Haul. Now it is even harder for NRG to hold off this.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury waiting a little bit longer. Oh, he was trying to prime that. Cloudburst not exactly ideal, but that paranoia is good, very good. It actually forces them back and forces them into the arms of KOLER. And it's the two Spectres that open up things onto the site. Now Fletcher tries to hold the line. He gets himself two in quick retaliation. And these back and forths have put us down into a 2-on-2, and the firepower may be in favor of Kudos, but they've lost the first player in this encounter, and they've lost both. A thrifty win now goes the way of NRG. In amongst all the chaos is now given across information, which is valuable in its nature. Teddy continues to just rip through NRG with devastating rates, disintegrating the defending Planter team now. xCeeD goes in for one. The cage is sprung, but now it's all down to eeiu. He just picked off a crazy 1v4. It's unreasonable to expect that he's going to rinse and repeat that. Even though the boombot comes in, there's a beautiful grenade tossed in, and there's another one. This time, though, it's the ult from Jonah's Raze. Looking to raise NRG to the ground on their endeavors as they push in. So many wallbang frags come in. They're giving as good as they take. Kudos still maintain the player advantage. Molly comes down, but the flashbang is so good. And Fletcher making the most of it. This leaves it all on daps. He has control of the spike. It will be post-plant. 1v3. Can he go where eeiu went before him? Can he clutch what feels like an impossible moment? Well, there's the first. He comes in for a second, but can't quite get the triple spray. But it was so close to coming up again. Wall down. Owl drone has been dealt with, and now in comes Som. Updrift trying to get up close. That's Fletcher, who started off on Haven, remember, with a crazy 2K.
Let's see if they can try to make something happen, but it just seems so unlikely.
xCeeD has the ghost. Ooh, missing out narrowly. That looked like it may have even been a headshot, but it doesn't really matter as the spy cam doing so much work for Cypher. But Teddy again, who else? Stepping up when Kudos need a hero, stepping up when they need a talisman. Fletcher suppressed by KOLER. NRG regain the player advantage, but they have got to do the best of converting this, and not just converting it, Dust, but keeping players alive. If they lose a ton, that could very well cost them in the end, but daps and xCeeD both straight through with headshots.
Between that running back and the counter paranoia, it's really put Kudos' attack up short A to a screeching halt, but now look at this little jump they've done onto the truck. They've been able to get a lot of space, and look at the repercussions. The huge entries come in.
Tag team his partner back into play if they're going to pull this one off. The showstopper in play, but xCeeD through the wall gets a second. Neural theft for the last player. They know exactly where Fletcher is. They dealt with him. Made the right read. They've sent over the bulk of their defense over onto A, but it's what they do behind this. The timing could not have been sweeter, and daps with the sprays on point. It's actually a shock dart that kills him. And now eeiu up in heaven with the Hunter's Fury alongside and denies the bomb plant. 12 seconds to go. Tapping the bomb again, going back into the default position. 8 seconds. There's no one that can stop this plant. And now they need to come together and make something special happen. Som's had a bit of a quiet game so far. He's one of the two remaining players. And eeiu's doing all the work in the meanwhile with the Vandal. Jonah back to the wall, quite literally. Multiple angles to cover by himself. Vandal in hand, making noise, just praying for the best. Recon dart comes out, and there's Som getting up close with the shot. Retake with knives alongside them. Jet needs to get up close. KOLER coming in from the side, spotting multiple players towards the lamp, but he can't quite get it done. The showstopper was brought into action, but he got neutralized instantly afterwards, and Hira spins up into play. The bomb gets tapped. The spike tapped for a little bit before eeiu goes back in, but it won't be another clutch. Hands of Jets.
Yep. Really just trusting in Som to solo hold it, and why the hell not whenever they're able to just take these duels at long beat and win all of them. Really great use here of their utility in positioning to just absolutely pounce on Kudos, who have just been running their heads up against a brick wall on this B side. They had hookah control, they were trying to get up B to split, but they can never really find their footing here.
Yeah, it was a nail biter over on Haven, and so far Bind has been much more of the same, and it's Som now shifting through the gears. He had a slow start, but he's starting to do a bunch of damage. But Som's now been dealt the fatal blow. Daps comes in with the Phantom. He's traded out by Hira. It's carnage, it's chaos, and it's a post plant.
Spike planted.
Spike down. Now NRG with xCeeD and eeiu. eeiu, of course, is their top fragger. He's been having a stellar performance. But moving in from awkward positions, revealing the area with the recon bolt, instantly gets destroyed. xCeeD now goes to the wide swing, down to the hands of Hira, and there's a good crossfire. The second that eeiu comes around this corner, he may get one, but there's no way he's getting both of them. We're tied up again. Oh, this Hunter's Fury is massive. It catches two of them stuck in a close claustrophobic angle, and they make the most of it. Fletcher and zebroe spring in, and now Fletcher's got a second. Not only will they not get reset more than likely, but they could be a step away from taking the second map. It comes down to NRG with 2 in the versus 4. The spike plant is in effect, and it's on the other side of the map. It's on B. They've been a complete and utter dummy, and they fell for it.
If they're not, you can, feel pretty confident that your short A defense is in the right place.
Wall bang headshot onto Hira. Maybe we are headed to overtime yet. They're getting clobbered and impaired on the push, but Teddy, who else? Gets him with one. Jonah battling back for a second, and suddenly the advantage now falling in favor of Kudos. Teddy watching from the cross angle. eeiu joined alongside Som. Bladestorm has been opted for. Teddy's position will be known. Oh, he's missed the Bladestorm, and that could be the round, and that could be the map that goes with it. NRG now only have themselves 1 player to go for. Up against 3. eeiu might get picked off at range, but now Som's position is compromised, and there goes zebroe. That's going to be all she wrote. We're going to head to a split after all, Dust. Kudos have done it.
So that's going to be allowing a route into the site now to get that plan. Also a great jet dash to get in, but can they hold off this retake fence? They're already a man down in it.
Yeah, and NRG were playing for the retake anyway. They only had 1 player up in the rafters, so the second that happened, they just backed off. And now xCeeD up close, delivering fatal blows with Som. It seems like Kudos may very well have got the plant, but whether they can hold on to it is looking unlikely. Cloudburst out to just stop any of the stragglers, and KOLER, they want the whole thing. They want to have the whole cake and eat it, indeed. As daps is forced back, eeiu with a crossfire. Hira is the only player on Kudos that's really stepped up and landed anything, and it's a Sheriff 1-tap. Annulling some of those plays and looking to exploit that momentary weakness, which has now been filled in by 2 more of the defenders. And daps with the spray is merciless. Hasn't had a great success rate, though, when it comes to the Bladestorm. This time around, will make it stick.
Oh, wow.
Lands it. That flashbang could not have been better placed. It landed in the eyes of 3 players, but daps also takes a little bit of utility on his own side. 2v2. Kudos not really with much into this round in terms of finances. May be able to stick this yet, or perhaps not. Som straight through the rafters, catching them both off guard. Well, the pressure is certainly being applied, looking to put NRG to the sword. But they may very well fall on it if they're not careful. xCeeD and Som both getting kills, and, well, the yikes says it all, doesn't it? Although Teddy, actually, he's not too interested in this. He's still in this round. The tailwind's used perfectly to get Som the hell out of trouble. And now goes back in for more. 3rd kill of the round, leaving Teddy, who's already posted up some serious entry frags, to walk into the crosshair, but actually Som misses.
That was so close.
He is moving in. into the crosshair. He gets spotted and daps takes his head off. Well played. Planting the spike elsewhere. Wall goes down to perfection. The barrier living up to its name, barricading off the team from the aggression of eeiu, who now just needs to stay alive and let the rest of the troops deliver some much needed support. He stands his ground, as does KOLER. Zebroe spins into action, flash in his face, and daps shuts him down in the back.
Deep and having good vision of middle itself. They have the A defense again very well reinforced. Stats taking it further with a push into ramp for a kill. A great paranoia gets him a way to get out. Great pickup from xCeeD as well. It is just damning what is happening to Kudos right now on their attacking side. They can't even really make any progress past the initial choke point now all of a sudden. They are getting absolutely destroyed, Vince.
5v5 retake. Cypher posted up close. Has now been dispatched by KOLER. That applies the pressure that little bit thicker. They have to maybe peek back in again. Paranoia is good, but so is Hira. Spray. Fletcher and Jonah joining suit, and now it's all down to eeiu. Picked off a crazy 1v4 clutch on the second map, but this may be asking a little bit too much of the man who was playing. And here it comes into play. But Som has popped the Blade Storm, and he still has the updrift. He still has more than enough teammates to work off, and they've already dealt some fatal blows. In he comes, headshots aplenty. There's another one.
Indeed, the smokes do come down. There is some counter cages put into play, but NRG able to just spill in. Jonah does get back into the site, however. A good flash, a couple of kills. Only one, actually.
One kill, but tons of damage. You can see that KOLER only a couple of HP away from his demise, and from an early grave, an early bath. But another post plant. The trade's going in favor of Kudos, all stuck at the back of the site. And now daps, last man standing, has been cordoned off from the Cypher cage. They're holding down on the defuse, and there's not really anything he can do about this, and he can't even make the most of it afterwards.
Don't really have a rotation set up for this type of attack.
Get out of my way.
Exactly. Almost setting up for a retake, but...
Can't even escape.
Yeah, exactly. If you're setting up for a retake, you at least need to keep all 5 players alive, or at least get a 1-for-1 trade. The fact that they're now 4v5 in a post plant with KOLER getting up close and damage being inflicted, Kudos have just shot themselves in the foot with a double-barreled shotgun. They've blown themselves to pieces with this decision, and they are getting punished severely. NRG victorious. It took longer than they're expecting, but they got it done on split very comfortably in the end.